Hey there everybody, yeah, we're down at Old Allen's. It's a Friday evening. I popped in on my way home from work with the intention of cutting the grass, and I thought, you know what, I only ever come down here to cut the grass at the moment. Life is so frantic at the moment that all I'm doing is just cutting grass. So I stopped that. I thought, you know what, I'm going to cut the grass tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably going to be dry. I can fit it in after work on Saturday. So I'm going to do that. Basically I had a cup of tea on a stove, had a nice brew on a stove that I don't use very much. It's one of these wood gasifying stoves, and just doing that, just sitting quietly and doing that was great. And it reminded me just how nice that stove is, you know, how much fun it is to use that. And then because I'm doing a bike ride on Sunday, a sort of a veteran cycle ride with my dad, and the weather's not supposed to be great, sort of chance of rain and stuff like that. Where we have our lunch stop, it's just a pub garden really, and I thought, you know what, the old lavoo might come in handy to keep us dry while we're eating our lunch. So I'm going to pack that, but I just got it up, and again, it's something else. I thought, what a great thing, I never use it, you know, but it's a great thing, really, really nice to have. And there's something magical about like proper canvas, you know. Anyway, that got me thinking. What I would really, really like to do is have a hangout down here. Call it a Hobo Hangout. H-O-B-O Hangout. So people can bring down their wood gasifying stoves, or their little wood burners, or whatever they want to bring. Bring their little stoves, bring their little tents or their hammocks, and just get some people just coming down here to enjoy the place. I love this place, and I want to share it, you know, share the enjoyment of it with people. There's not enough places people get to like wild camp, so as a landowner, and it is a small patch of land, so you need to bear that in mind. Yeah, I want people to come down and enjoy the place. You know, that would be great. So if you're interested in coming down, what I'm sort of thinking of doing is a weekend in September. I know that's a long time away, but everything up until then is really mad busy. So a weekend in September where people can come along, they can bring their kit, if they want to sort of like chat to other people, try things out, experiment with things in a sort of fairly safe environment, you know. Brilliant. Sort of, I would say the more the merrier, but because the place is small, let's see, realistically there's space in the field for a few tents, but the field does slope, so there's probably only flat space for about 3 tents out there realistically. And also, as you can hear probably in the background, there's the road, and the field is sort of a bit closer to the road than the woods in effect. So that's not the greatest option, but if you want to bring a tent, you know, out there, is fine. There's another spot down here, which is obviously there. That's a nice flat bit. That's where I've got my lavoo just tucked out there. There's the hut there. There is a bed in there. If someone wanted to stay in there, they could. That's fine. Also, as I'm building the roundhouse at the moment, you can actually hang a hammock in here. You could, if you're friends with someone, you could hang a couple of hammocks, because there's, let's see, you can go from that pole to that one, so that's one hammock. From that one to that one is 2 hammocks. From that one to that one is 3. Yeah, you could in theory get three hammocks in here. We'd probably have to sort out some roof, because I'm sure, well, maybe by then there would be a waterproof roof, hopefully. But otherwise, you know, a couple of big tarps, I can always sort that out for people. It's not a problem. There's a couple more hammock spaces down in the wood. So let's think about this realistically. We've got 2, maybe 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can probably have about 10 or 12 people staying down here. So I'm going to have to say first come, first served. If you're interested, I'll give you a date once I've worked it out. If you can make that, great. I'll come up with some sort of list or whatever. People who are finalised, if they send me their details, an email address so I can message them, that would be great, and we'll go from there. Hope that all makes sense. If you are interested, sort of just put, yeah, I'm interested in that. I'm in sort of mid Buckinghamshire, so if you look on a map, mid Bucks, it's that sort of area. There are as decent as anywhere rail links to here, so if you need to come by train, that's cool. I can park, if there's 9 or 10 people coming, we can sort of get the cars in the field. That's not really a problem. Yeah, great, let me know if you're interested. So here we have the roundhouse from the outside. You can see obviously it's a work in progress there. This is the hop, which about a month ago was sort of where the top of those logs are, and has now made it up to the roof, so I'd really better get on with building a roof. It's reciprocal frame roof, so it sort of self-supports, which is nice. Obviously I've just got this old tarp up at the moment, and that is just keeping the worst of the rain off, but is not a final solution. Obviously there's lots more support struts to go in and things like that to carry on. So now we're going to take a little wander through the woods. This is one of the paths. Actually, I haven't been down this one with the mower for a little while, so it's all quite nettly. But generally I like to mow paths through the wood. As much as anything, it makes my life easier. I can walk around, I can check everything's okay. I do have a beekeeper who comes. He's got a couple of hives in the wood. It was always his intention to put 6 hives in, but as yet there's only 2. But we're just coming up to the hives now. Excuse me. And so they're in the little clearing in the wood, and they seem to be quite happy there because they get sunlight in for part of the day. So you can just see, we're evening time now. This is late afternoon, early evening, but they're still busy, as honeybees tend to be. That's the larger of the 2 hives, the larger of the 2 colonies. Just over the back there is a slightly smaller colony, just along from this one. But they seem quite happy there. They've been in the wood now about a year. At some point, hopefully, he's going to give me some honey. This guy. Carrying on through the woodland, as you can see, it's actually quite open. There's quite a lot of dappled light coming through. This is in the upper part of the woodland. It's fairly close to the road. I wouldn't generally have people camping up here, just because it is too noisy really up this end. But there we go. You see the sunlight all poking through the trees. It's actually a lovely evening. Really very windy day, but a nice summer's day all the same. So just carrying on the wander. As you can see, well, you may or may not be able to pick out, but the woodland is primarily made up of hawthorn, field maple, ash, sycamore. There's a couple of beech trees. What else we've got in there? There's a couple of sweet chestnuts, and is one of the large ash, which hasn't succumbed as yet to ash dieback. So I'm sure it's going to be a matter of time. Most of the woodland is ash, so unfortunately, if the ash dieback does hit, as I suspect it will do at some point, it's going to make quite a huge difference to the woodland. But dealing with that will be part of the ongoing management of woodland. So yeah, there's also sweet chestnut, and there's a couple of Scots pine up the top section as well. But, oh, here we have a little tiny muntjac track. Muntjac are always through this woodland, and of course they enjoy using paths that I mow because it makes their life easier. So they do just sort of trot about. You always find muntjac tracks everywhere, and if you are in a hammock, you will probably have an encounter at some point with a muntjac. I know my friend Lee, when he stayed in his hammock, he woke up in the night to find a muntjac sort of staring at him. So yeah, again, you can see quite a lot of sort of sunlight breaking through, which is really good actually, and means I've got a nice sort of healthy ground covering on the floor of the woodland. There's one of the sycamores just duck under lower leaves. There's a sweet chestnut just off to the right there. Coming up now on probably the biggest tree in the woodland. This is a beech. I did climb this in one of my early videos at the woodland. I did climb this right to the top with the help of ropes and climbing gear. I did it properly, and I seem to remember that's a 66-foot tree. We're measuring it, but I'm pretty sure that's the tallest tree that I've got. So this bit of track is heading down where you see the bright sunshine up ahead. This bit of track is heading down out towards the field. As I say, there's camping out there for, well, I said on this video earlier on about 3 tents, but actually I think you get more than that out there on the flat bit, because there's sort of like a ridge in the field. Oh yeah, not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure, looking at the colouring of that and the size of it, that's one of the primary flight feathers from a buzzard that I have in the area. Always see the buzzard every time I'm down there, which is nice because the area generally, you look in the sky around here and generally you either see a corvid of some kind, or a crow or a rook or whatever, or magpie, or a red kite. So it's actually nice to see a buzzard. The field's out there, and we're sort of heading back into the woodland now. This is just another of the paths. So I mean, if people are prepared to sort of like knock down a few of the nettles, they can find their own spots in the wood. I was a beech kernel, or beech seed, if you like. I did actually just eat this one in a moment. There we go, off it goes. It's rare you get to them before all the squirrels have had them all, but they are edible. So I think I found another one in a second. Yep, there it is. There we go. Didn't open that one though. But yeah, break that open. There's normally 3 in each one. And then we're coming back down through the wood, carrying on, getting back towards under this elder, I think that is, that's collapsed over there, that I keep meaning to take out, and yeah, into the nettly bit again. Just work my way through here, and then we're coming up on the back of the roundhouse, which sort of sits in a nice little sort of like clearing on the edge of the woodland. So when that is all finished, or closer to being finished, that'll be a real nice comfortable spot. The design of that is going to leave a hole in the centre of the roof, so it'll be nice to have a fire in there, a little sort of fire pit in the middle. It's approximately, I think, 12 feet across, so there's plenty of room in there. There is a stream just on site, so if you've got your water purification, water filtration, you are more than welcome to filter from that stream that is actually on my land.